Hello to all friends and fans of the pulp, paper and bioproducts industries. Welcome to our exciting Spectrum Podcast, where we'll be talking about the newly developed ANDRITZ Acon Apex continuous cooking technology. The very first of a kind system was just recently successfully installed at Altri Group's Celbi eucalyptus pulp mill in La Rosa in Portugal. I am Mark Rushton and I will be your host. So today our topic is the Acon Apex continuous cooking technology for fines, rejects and non-wood materials. It is the first of its kind in the world and can process and utilize almost any type of cellulosic raw material and fines from chip screening and screen room rejects, thus optimizing total use of wood raw materials and maximizing pulp yield. Nature is amazing at the way it recycles and reuses everything in one way or another. Nothing natural ever goes to waste, and nature without man involved is actually a perfect example of circularity in action. What is absolutely great to see is that modern and progressive pulp mills are now taking a tip from nature and making sure that nothing goes to waste. Altri Group's Celbi mill in Portugal is a classic example of utilizing waste to improve efficiency and profitability at a mill, at the same time as closing the loop on circularity. So today we are delighted to welcome some interesting guests to our podcast. First of all, I'd like to introduce Sampsa Laakso, Manager, Cooking Technology from ANDRITZ, to give us a more detailed insight into the Acon Apex continuous cooking technology. Sampsa, great to have you with us.
Thank you, Mark. My pleasure.
Sampsa, can you first of all tell us about the technology?
This Acon Apex combines together different technologies around the pulp mill. It combines chip feeding and bleaching towers together. There is a traditional chip bin, and then drop leg, MC pumps, steam addition and mixer, and then reactor where the cooking reactions happen. And this kind of special reactor is something new for pulping business.
Okay, so the technology actually seems quite simple, does it not?
Yeah, it's so straightforward. Just put all the pieces together, and that way there is new process available.
Yeah. But it may be simple, but it's actually an amazing process, because basically what is happening here is you're using what used to be waste and it's now going back into the system in a circular manner and actually creating a product out of waste products, which is really quite amazing. So this fits really quite nicely into the ANDRITZ Circle to Zero initiative. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, true. Because this Circle to Zero aim is to minimize the waste and create a new value stream. So this fits really nicely on the agenda.
Just recently, the first Acon Apex continuous system was installed and integrated into the existing ANDRITZ low solid cooking process at Altri Celbi mill in Portugal. The new concept fits perfectly into the company strategy, as well as the ANDRITZ Circle to Zero strategy, to use all possible waste, in this case sawdust, fines and rejects, that would normally either be burnt or sent to landfill. Sampsa, can you describe the collaboration with Altri and the Celbi mill with their aim to utilize these waste products?
Yeah, ANDRITZ did take the challenge, and we started the research work with close cooperation with the Altri. We did extensive study on pumping area about flow properties of these different raw materials, and then also conducted laboratory study for different raw materials, how they are behaving in cooking, and then we need a lot of engineering expertise combining all these together. So cooking, medium consistency, reactor design, and with strong process engineering expertise. And finally, there was available this first commercial Acon Apex continuous cooking system, which started in last year, 2021. And this long development project would not have been possible without close cooperation with Altri and Altri Celbi personnel. I may thank you them and our mutual trust on each other during the challenging but interesting project.
So this was very much driven by Altri and Celbi themselves. Yeah, they were very keen on finding a solution to this.
Yes, because they were clearly seeing that there is more wood available and how to utilize this new wood for their existing pulp mill.
Excellent. And then they presented you with the challenge.
Yeah. And we took that, and it took a while. So like now we are 2022, and now the mill is running. So it's not so quick in this process to build something new. And this whole system involved a lot of research. We were studying different pumps. We were trying out how steam mixers and how different materials behave in medium consistency. And it took a lot of engineering to combine all this together.
Yeah. But ultimately, there was a result.
Yeah. Now we have this fruit available in Altri Celbi mill, and it has been now running 4 to 5 months already.
Excellent. We are now very happy to be joined by Paulo Cardoso, project manager, and Carlos Lapo, project engineer from the Celbi mill in Portugal, who will share their experiences and some insights into the project. They will be accompanied by Mika Pärssinen, who is ANDRITZ project manager of Fiberline. Great to also have you with us today, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Let's go straight in and ask a few questions about this amazing technology which you've installed at the Celbi mill. So first of all, can you describe the technology and what the Acon Apex system actually does?
Okay, it's a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for your visit in Celbi mill. So our main job was to install this digester, sawdust digester. So comes from the paper, the idea, and put it working in the industrial manner. So we screened the ships on the screening area, and the sawdust that in the past went to the biomass boiler now is collected to a digester where we cook it in the conditions defined by our partners ANDRITZ. And we put that cooked pulp together with the pulp comes from the main digester. So mainly this is our installation.
Okay. So essentially what you're doing now is you're actually using what was once waste at the mill, and you're now reusing it and turning it into valuable actual pulp product, yes?
Exactly.
Okay, excellent. So in terms of practicalities, can you tell us where the Acon Apex continuous cooking system actually goes? Does it go next to the digester? You know, how tall is it? What does it look? How many stories is it? Tell us what it looks like.
It looks like a space shuttle.
The first thing that people saw was like a shuttle, where the shuttle goes to the moon.
Yeah, it looks like the digester, but slim.
Yeah, like a slimmed down version of the digester.
Yes.
Which is, I suppose, what it is, really.
Yeah.
In lots of ways. It's a sort of add-on to take a little bit of extra capacity. Yeah. Can you tell us about the collaboration with ANDRITZ on the project? How did that collaboration go?
Yes, it was in the beginning of this project. It was Celbi team and ANDRITZ team start working together with direct responsibilities on this project. So we work as a team together to have the several areas involved on this project to come to a good result. How can I say? It was a very, very good team work. We think that it was a fantastic project. It was a pleasure to work with ANDRITZ people. They knows a lot of cook chips and cook sawdust on this case. So it was a very, very, very straight relationship between Celbi and ANDRITZ team.
Mm-hmm. Carlos, anything to add?
Yes, well, what I can say, I'm very proud to work with the ANDRITZ team. And to be honest, in the beginning, I was quite skeptical about this. And when I saw the first samples, I was quite impressed. So this success is because we have been together since the beginning, since engineering to commissioning, I don't have nothing to say.
Excellent. So, Mika, can you tell us what the collaboration was like from the ANDRITZ side for this project?
Well, we have had an excellent teamwork together with the Celbi guys, and no hiccups, nothing which has been a problem. Everything has solved together. It has been a very good project.
Excellent. And Mika, can you tell us a little bit about the startup? How did the startup go?
Startup was one of the best, has been in my career. Everything went well. No major problems in there. And we had something like 2 weeks' time when our people were here in the mill. And there were no problems during that time. Maybe one plug in the pipeline was, but nothing major problems.
So, Paulo, can you tell us all about the startup from your point of view?
Yeah, is one thing that impressed us was that the startup was very good, very, very good,
And
because smooth, and we start, and after we start fill the digester, we didn't stop during several days without any stop. So it was amazing because we prepared the start, we prepared all the logics, all the controls. And when we start, of course, we had some adjustments, but always with the digester running. It's impressive.
Yes, and we never had the experience to deal with sawdust.
Yes.
And it was quite impressive because we was thinking to have jams everywhere, even in the sawdust bin, even in piping, but we never have those. It was quite smooth.
Yeah. So ultimately, what difference has it made to the mill? It solved your problem of getting rid of the waste by either going to landfill or maybe burning it. What has the Acon Apex system given to the mill?
First of all, give us more capacity, pulp capacity. Like I said before, past we burned that sawdust in the biomass boiler. Now we are producing pulp with that sawdust. So it was amazing because burn it's not a solution. Now we are producing pulp, and also don't forget we are also put the rejects from the washing area in this digester also. So something that we are now collecting also and add it to the process. So by the end, so more pulp capacity and don't burn it.
Fantastic. Carlos?
And also in the technical point of view, I believe we open a few doors with this innovation system. We are not only working for Celbi, but for the technological market, so it's quite good.
Excellent. So what about the technology now, Sampsa? Is it available for all pulp mills?
Yes, it's available. Whichever mill who has some additional fiber resources from wood processing or maybe some new setups for the screening, these can be utilized easily. So Acon Apex is creating new value stream for the pulp mills.
And so can it be used for all pulp mills?
Yes, definitely. So no questions that every pulp mill who has additional wood available.
Yes. And is it quite common for pulp mills to have additional wood available as such?
Yeah. If you do wood screening, then you have.
Okay, and how about the capacity? Is there a limit to the capacity size?
So far, our expertise have seen that maybe the production maximum at the moment is this 500,000 tons a day. But if there is demand for bigger sizes, yes, we accept this challenge.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sampsa.
Cheers.
Thank you to all our podcast guests today. It's really good to see that the pulp industry players such as Celbi are not just talking the talk, they're actively walking the walk, innovating within their mills and presenting challenges to suppliers like ANDRITZ. Technologies such as the Acon Apex system are helping to turn pulp mills into living circular organisms. This is an exciting journey as the pulp and fibre industries become real beacons of the circular economy and an excellent example to other industries of how to minimise impact on the planet. Should any of our valued listeners wish to find out more, please feel free to have a look at our brand new Acon Apex website, where you'll find the link in the show notes of this episode. And thank you to all our listeners for listening and for joining us, and goodbye.